All right, welcome. Today, we're going to give your Python code a brain. We're going to do that by diving into one of the most powerful and, honestly, one of the most essential tools in all of programming.
I mean, have you ever thought about it? How does your favorite game know you've finally beaten the boss? Or how does an app know what to do when you tap a button? Well, the secret sauce is all about making decisions. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
Okay, let's get into it. It's time to see how we can make our code way more interesting than just a script that runs straight from top to bottom. No questions asked. So, what is this magic tool? It's called an if statement. And really, it's just a test. It asks a simple question, and if the answer is true, it runs a specific chunk of code. If the answer is false, it just skips right over it. Simple as that.
A really good way to think about it is that you're literally teaching your program how to make a choice. You're giving your code a fork in the road and a set of rules, telling it, hey, if this is happening, take the path on the left. Otherwise, just keep going straight. So how do we actually build one of these decision-making structures? It's got a few really simple but absolutely crucial parts that you have to get right every single time. Every single if statement you ever write is going to follow this exact pattern. You start with the keyword if. Then you have your condition, the test you're running, and then, don't forget it, a colon. After that, on a new line, comes the most Python-y part of all, the indented block of code that runs if the condition is true.
And this is the core idea you really have to lock in. Python sees that indentation, and it knows, okay, this little piece of code belongs to the if statement right above it. It will only run that indented code if, and I mean only if, that condition is met.
Now, to make any kind of decision, your code needs rules for comparing things, right? It's got to know if something is bigger or smaller or exactly the same as something else. And for that, we use something called comparison operators.
Okay, listen up, because this is probably the #1 mistake every new coder makes. I know I did. A single equal sign is for assignment. It's you telling a variable what its value should be. A double equal sign, on the other hand, is a question. It's you asking Python if two things are already equal. Mixing these up will cause you so many headaches, trust me.
Seriously, just burn this into your brain right now. If you are testing something in a condition, if you're asking if two things are equal, it is always the double equal sign. Always, always, always. And here's the whole toolkit you get to play with. You can check for equality, you can check for inequality, that's the one with the exclamation mark and the equal sign, and of course all the classics, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and so on. These are your building blocks for conditions.
All right, let's talk about a rule that is so important in Python. In fact, it's one of the things that makes Python, well, Python. And that's indentation. Think of it like this. The indented code is on the if statement's team. It's part of its body. And that team only gets to get on the field and play if the condition is met. That little bit of white space is how Python knows exactly what code belongs to what decision. And the second you remove that indentation, that code is off the team. It's not part of the if statement's body anymore. So what happens? Python just runs it no matter what, whether that condition was true or false. It's back to being regular code.
Okay, theory time is over. Let's put all these pieces together. The keyword, the condition, the colon, and that all-important indentation, and see a real example of how this stuff actually makes a program interactive.
So, check this out. Here we have a function that runs every single time the mouse is clicked. It's designed to draw some shapes, but it's using an if statement to decide when to draw one of them, based entirely on where you click.
So if you look at the code, you'll see the if statement is checking if the mouse's X position is less than 200. Basically, it's asking, did the user click on the left side of the screen? And because that circle is indented, a circle only shows up when you click on the left. But look at the star. It's not indented, so it's not part of the team. A star shows up with every single click, no matter where you are on the screen. See the difference?
And really, that's it. You now have the fundamental building block for making your code truly interactive, for making it smart. You can build games with rules. You can make apps that actually respond to what a user is doing. This simple if statement is the key that unlocks it all. So, the only question left is, what are you going to build first?